Assalamualaikum and peace be upon you. My name is Amar Kimi bin Tapi my matric number 23 DIB21F1064. I'm from class 2 DIB2B. Today I will talk about zakat on crop.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad Numan bin Hazan and my matrix number is 23DIB21F1032 and I'm from class DIB2B. I will explain the zakat on livestock. Definition of zakat livestock. Zakat livestock is zakat imposed on animals raised from cattle, buffalo, goat, sheep and camels when the conditions are perfect. Dalil of zakat livestock. Allah SWT has said the trick that will be for animal who does not pay zakat, referring to the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, which means from Abu Zar, when I went to him Rasulullah, then he said, for the sake of my soul, which is in his hand, it is not a man who owns a camel, cow or goat, who does not fulfill his right zakat, unless the animal will be brought on the day of doomsday in a bigger and fatter state. The animal trampled on it will eat feet and pork. It will eat horns. When the last animal has passed, then the first animal will be returned to him until judgment is complete between humans. Hadith Bukhari and Muslim. Animal for whom zakat is required. The first one is cattle, including buffalo. The second one is goat, including sheep and kibas, and the third one is camel. Livestock condition. The first one is Islam. The second one is sufficient nisab. A person must have a minimum amount that allows him to be obligated to pay zakat. For camel, the minimum number is 5. For goat, zakat is not obligatory when under 40, while the nisab of cattle is 30. Sufficient haul. Enough haul that is over a year, the animal is owned or defended. The fourth one is farm animals are managed throughout the year to obtain milk, bread or meat. Livestock also need saimah, meaning the animals are kept in a normal pasture for most of the day in a year. What it means by a permission grassland is a grassland that goes by itself and not from the result of human effort. Non-working livestock. If the livestock is kept for the purpose of assisting in work, such as cattle kept to live goods or to plow the field, zakat is not obligatory. The last one is livestock are perfect. That means livestock have no defects. Ratio and rate of zakat livestock. According to the state of Kedah, zakat on cattle and buffalo. We need to pay zakat on cattle or buffalo when the nisab has reached 30. The method of calculation is that when the nisab has reached 30 to 39, we have to pay zakat on one male cattle or one male buffalo that is more than 1 year old. When the nisab has reached 40 to 59, we have to pay zakat on one female cattle or one female buffalo that is over 2 years old. When the nisab has reached 16 to 69, we have to pay zakat on 2 male cattle or 2 male buffalo that is over than 1 year old. When the nisab has reached 70 to 79, we have to pay 1 male cattle or 1 male buffalo that is more than 1 year old and 1 female cattle or 1 female buffalo that is over 2 years old. Method of calculating zakat cattle and buffalo. We use the formula 30 for the nisab of a male cattle or male buffalo that is over 1 year old and 40 for the nisab of a female cattle or female buffalo that is over 2 years old. For example, when the nisab for cattle or buffalo is 50, we need to minus 30 and 40 for determine whether to take male cattle or to take female cattle. When we are done subtracting the numbers, we have to choose the lower number for paying zakat. Therefore, the zakat that needs to be paid when the nisab is 50 is one female cattle or one female buffalo that is over 2 years old. If the nisab is only 16, we only need to plus 30 with 30. Therefore, the zakat that need to be paid is to male cattle or to male buffalo that is over 1 year old. Another example, if the nisab is 70, we have to plus 30 with 40. Therefore, the zakat that needs to be paid is one male cattle or one male buffalo and one female cattle or one female buffalo. When the nisab is 18, we need 2 plus 40 with 40. Therefore, the zakat that needs to be paid is 2 female cattle or 2 female buffalo. It is obligatory to pay zakat on cattle or buffalo when the nisab is enough, which is 30 cattle or buffalo. When the number is more than the state above, then for every 30 cattle, it is obligatory to pay zakat on 1 cattle tabi, that is 1 years old. For every 40 cattle, zakat is obligatory on a 2 years old female cattle musina. Ratio and rate of zakat livestock according to the state of Kedah. Zakat on goat or sheep. We need to zakat on goat or sheep when the nisab reach 40. When the nisab has reached 40, we have to pay zakat on 1 sheep that is 1 years old or 1 goat that is 2 years old. When the nisab has reached 121, we have to pay zakat on 2 sheep that is 1 years old or 2 goat that is 2 years old. When the nisab has reached 201, we have to pay zakat on 3 sheep that is 1 years old or 3 goat that is 2 years old. And the next addition, each increment of 100 sheep or goat, we need to pay zakat on 1 sheep or 1 goat that is 2 years old. For every additional 100 goat, there is imposed 1 2 years old goat. If all the goat up to the nisab are male, then the zakat should be issued. But if any one of them are female, part of the zakat issue should be female. If there is a mixture of goat and sheep and some types of them, then when there is enough nisab, zakat can be issued according to the choice of the owner, whether it is a goat or sheep. Ratio and rate of zakat livestock according to the state of Kedah. Zakat on camel. Nisab for zakat on camel livestock start when a person owns 5 camel, and zakat is not obligatory if it is less than that amount. When nisab has reached 5, the zakat that need to be paid is 1 sheep that is 2 years old and has got a teeth, or 1 goat that is more than 1 years old. When nisab has reached 10, the zakat that need to be paid is 2 sheep that is 2 years old and has grown his teeth, or 2 goat that is more than 1 years old, and so on. When nisab has reached 25, the zakat that needs to be paid is 1 female camel that is more than 1 years old. When nisab has reached 36, the zakat that needs to be paid is 1 female camel is more than 2 years old, and so on. If more than this amount, then for every 40 camel, it is obligatory to pay zakat on 1 camel over 2 years old, bintul amun, and for every 50 camel, zakat on 1 camel over 3 years old is required hikah.
Thank you for my friend Nukman for explain about that. Now I will explain about zakat on crop. First of all, division of zakat on crop. Allah Subhanahu wa Taala has made zakat obligatory on crop and fruit consisting of grains such as paddy, wheat, corn, type of nut and meat, and fruit such as dates and grape only. It is the staple for food of a country. Obligatory zakat is zakat imposed on basic food that satisfies the stage with enough nisab and house. The crop the obligatory for zakat a grain from basic food type that are fairly and durable is stored, such as rice, dates, corn, wheat, and so on. For example, for the community in Malaysia, the staple food is rice, and rice is made from paddy. Therefore, the obligated agriculture zakat issue for Malaysia is paddy zakat. After that, condition for zakat on crop. Firstly, you must be Islam, that is Muslim. Zakat is only obligatory on Muslim individual, whether male or female. Second, must be free from the greed or slavery. Third, perfect ownership. Property that is subject to zakat must have perfection in terms of ownership of assets, and the ability to manage that is to have full power over the property. For paddy farmer who rain paddy field, then The paddy field rental rate must be deducted during the calculation of zakat. After that, sufficient nisab. A property owner must have sufficient nisab, which is the minimum level that determines whenever or not a property is obligatory to pay zakat. Nisab for zakat paddy is 3063 gantang, which is average to 9080.1 kg. And then how? There is no hour period for paddy zakat. That is where the paddy has been harvested. Zakat must be paid if there is sufficient nisab of paddy zakat. Lastly, product that is stored for a long period of time. Agriculture zakat is only imposed on agricultural products that is stored and can be stored for a long period. Example, dates, cereals, and rice. Down rate zakat. Rate 1, 5%. A 5% rate is the charge on agricultural products or is the price that have to bear to cost or toil on their own season. Rate 2, 10%. A 10% rate is imposed on agriculture or is the price that use only rainwater, river, existing districts without having to work to run the agriculture site at any time or season. Rate 3, 7.5%. A rate of 7.5% is imposed on agriculture or enterprise that use both methods, namely cultivating the site with running water without hassle but having to bear other costs such as fertilizers, pesticides, and so on. Lastly, calculation example. Rate 2, 10% for paddy. What we can see, A is categorized as the weight of the paddy house. That is, the weight must be more than the nisab of paddy, which is 9080.1 kg. The multiplied by the selling price of a paddy RM per kilo and get the total sale of paddy. Next category B is by the expenses such as fertilizers and pesticides and work waste, both of which need to be added. The category C is the net result after subtraction. A minus B will get the result of C. Final category D is where it is necessary to calculate the paddy zakat that need to be paid. That is C multiplied by 10%. Now that's all from me and my friend. Thank you for watching and we are open for any question. Thank you.